Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India. This is the 5th video. As you remember, I hope, Santanu had lost his wife because he yelled at her. And she took their last son with her, the 8th son, and promised him that she would raise him well and bring him back when it was time. 16 years passed, and the next chapter in this Mahabharata is called 16 Years Later. 16 years had gone by. There are crushed hearts that will not break, and the king's plight was such. His life was now empty. Life had lost all meaning. But that did not in any way affect his rule. He was an ideal king. The people were happy under his rule. His only pleasure as of yore was hunting. He would always be haunting the banks of the river Ganga. That was the one spot which gave him comfort. One day, as he was wandering along the banks of the river, a strange sight met his eyes. The river was not flowing. It looked as though something held it up. Full of curiosity, he walked along the banks to see what was happening. He saw a network of arrows. The arrows had been so well knit that not a drop of water could pass through. Santanu stood rooted to the spot, amazed at the sudden check imposed on the river. He realized that he was not alone. Ganga, his beloved Ganga, was standing beside him with a sweet, serene smile on her face. The king was overwhelmed. He looked at her with eyes full of tears. He said, "Ganga, so you've taken pity on me. All these years I have been lonely, so lonely. I want you. I can't live without you. Please come back to me. You have forgiven me, I know, or else you would not have come now. Come, let us hasten to the city. Make us happy again." Ganga looked at him with pity in her eyes. She said, "My lord, all that is in the past. I will not come back. When the sun has set on a day, it is foolish to ask him to come back so that you can live that day once again. The sun will come back, but only to usher in another day. No one can go back, not even for a moment. But that is all beside the point. Let me tell you why I have come. Do you see the river being held up?" "Yes," said the king. "That was the sight which held me spellbound when you came. Tell me, Ganga, who is it? Who is holding you in check, you whom all the wealth of my love could not hold back?" Even as they were talking, there was a sudden deafening noise. It was the roar of the river, whose course had become unchecked now. From the distance, there rushed up to them a boy, a beautiful youth, whose noble face was shining with great excitement. He hugged Ganga with his arms and said, "Mother, mother, I held up the river again. I was able to do it." Ganga looked at the king. He was a picture of amazement. "Your son?" he said. "Then surely he must be." "Yes, my lord," said Ganga. "Your guess is right. He is our son." She turned to the young man and said, "Devavrata, this is your father. Salute him." Santanu lifted up the prostrate form of his son and embraced him. Ganga said, "This is the reason for my coming. I have brought your son to you. And that's all the time we have now. Signed Gurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. I hope to see you again.